Hello everybody, welcome back to Practice Like a Pro. So today I'm going to show you a really cool blues turnaround lick that goes with last week's lesson. So I'll put a card up if you haven't seen that one yet. So today's outcomes is to learn how to play a turnaround lick and implement it into a 12-bar progression in the key of A. So that's all well and good, but what is a 12-bar progression and what is a turnaround? So a turnaround... This is Ron Forbes Roberts. I always get that the wrong way around. From AcousticGuitar.com. And he says, in the language of the blues, the term turnaround refers to a musical figure played over the first and the fifth chords in the last two bars. Setting the form to repeat, many classic blues turnarounds have been built on a simple phrase that descends chromatically. So what does that mean, James? So what that means is this is a great little lick to play over the last two bars of a blues progression. So if you remember from last week, we talked about this 12-bar blues progression. So what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you a lick that you can either start this progression with, or you can substitute for the last two bars. Can you see how the last two bars are tab? Let me just do that again. So we're substituting that last A7 and that E7 for this cool lick. Now I'm going to break it down for you, so don't panic. This is what we're going for. So that's what we're going for. I'll do that one more time, and then we'll break it down. So this is sort of a descending chromatic lick based in with triplets for the first bar. So what we're going to start with, we're going to start with the 5th fret on the B string and the 5th fret on the high E string. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use fingers 3 and 4. You see my ring finger and my pinky, and I'm going to go down, up, down. So, and bear in mind this is triplets, so you should say the syllables triplet. From there, I'm going to use my second finger on the 4th fret of the B string, creating a little bit of tension here. So 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4. Then my index finger, 3, 5, 3. And then I'm going to stretch my index finger to the second fret, of the B string. And this is all triplets. If you group it into groups of 3, you see how on the bottom the groups with those 3s and brackets. If you take it in 4 chunks of 3, it'll be a lot easier to remember. And then from this point, I'm going to let go with my pinky and just move my index finger down to catch the 1. So that's the first note of the next bar. Then I'm going to do a string skip. Try not to do this on the G, try and do it on the D string. Open D, 1st fret of the D with your index finger, and then we're going to do 2 E7 chords. So you've got the 1. Let's glue it all together. So pause the video if you need a little bit of extra time to look at that. If not, let's work on putting it into the progression. So again, here's last week's video. I'll put a card up if you're not sure of that. But we're just going to substitute that lick for the last two bars. Now it is fairly brisk, but I think you can get there. Even if you can't get it in the progression to begin with, you can pause the video here, play the lick first, then play the progression from last week, because then you can play that turnaround lick at whatever speed you're capable of, and then jump into that if you want to make it a bit more accessible. So let's just have a quick listen to what this sounds like. So just as before in the previous video, I'm just going to do downstrokes, 4 downstrokes per bar. So that's A7, bar 3, bar 4, to D7, back to A7, to E7, D7, then into the lick. 3, 4. And you've got the option there as to whether you go around the progression again or whether you use that as a vehicle to stop. You know, you just go back to that first chord. You can do all that kind of stuff. Whatever works for you. The idea is you're to take that and pull it in bits and try and do it in a different key, or try and do it with some, try and copy somebody else's turnaround. So, great guitarist called Robert Johnson. It's like the king of the Delta blues. He's the real sort of, in my opinion, the cream of the crop of that style. If you want to go listen to some more of that, let me know what you think in the comments. If you learned something today, please do let me know. If there's something that you're struggling with, please let me know in the comments. I'd be interested where you want to go next with this. So if you want to have a word about some walking bass or something, maybe we could do something like that. Let me know in the comments down below. Until I see you next time, thank you very much. Keep practicing like a pro. Cheers.